It's hard to be detached and to parse grammar when the content, the nouns, the verbs, the adjectives are triggering your lack of self-control. And this is one of the reasons, I mean, it was in the hashtags, Zogchen. Um, anyway, um, I have promoted some errors that somebody could pick up the Dhammapada and get the idea that they could become a Buddhist. I'm not really sure that that is true. Um, Most of the people I would encounter that, they were like the Alan Watts Buddhists or something, or Be Here Now was their introduction to Buddhism. I was dropped off with the Shaolin in 75 when we were wandering out of Cambodia. Um, I think that was my first exposure to Buddhism, other than Pol Pot's wife crying because they wanted him to perform a royal duty. Um, and so it wasn't a very Buddhist situation that I was in Cambodia. Um, the son of the crown prince have been living here locally, and he wanted the uh, materials to make Molly. You could find everything in the U.S. except for the saffrol, and but it was a restricted thing that was only used in royal ceremonies, and he thought that he could sneak it out in a baby's diaper. I was actually about 5 years old. So they noticed that because they have very small 5-year-olds in Cambodia, and anyway, so that I think was my first exposure to Buddhism. I think I got foisted off on somebody and ended up muling again. And the fourth king of Bhutan, a second time intervened, and I became got left with some Mahayana people, and then I was left with libraries and stuff. And then the Thalamites wanted to talk to him, and he would make my presence a condition. And so you can't just pick up a book and become Buddhist. You have to deal with some people. I'm trying to intercept people before they start eating babies by choice. Sometimes they slip them in your sandwich. But I'm not kidding. I'm laughing, but I'm not kidding. And yeah, because once you make that commitment to them, you are stuck on that track. And it really does limit what you're capable of doing, who you got to work for, and defines your consequences.